on, y'all? This is Joshua Whitmire, aka joshualeejaguar. Welcome to a brand new league that I'm in now. We're in week 6 for Three Amigos Racing. How is everyone doing today? We got a special guest with us. He is one of our rookie drivers for Three Amigos Racing. Welcome aboard. Introduce yourself, please.
Hey, I'm Bill Longsworth, aka nicknamed Bo because of my screen name Boba Fett 1981. I'm driving the it's the 99 in Xfinity, the 20 in trucks, and the 22 in Cup. How you doing today, Josh?
I'm actually doing pretty good. I am very excited going into this weekend, tomorrow night for the Chicago race.
Oh man, it's gonna be a good one. We've been putting in some pretty long hours trying to get these cars tuned up. And I know I've improved from Friday at a 32.006 up to a 31.201, so I'm excited.
I'm excited too. First off, I'm sorry, I should have told y'all. I'm the driver of the 16, the 19 in the Xfinity, and the 19 in the Cup. We will be introducing y'all to all of the other drivers that's in the group.
We got a great set of drivers in this league for sure.
Of course. First off, yes, we do got. We got. We got 3 drivers that's already got a win. We got Bill that drives the 24 and the 9 and the 9 in the 24 in the trucks, the 9 in the Xfinity and the 9 in the Cup. He picked up his first win at Iowa. And Joshua Lee Jaguar picked up his 2 wins at Daytona and in Kansas. And of course we got Lee that drives the 30, 32, the 45 and the 10 in the Xfinity. He picked up his 2 wins already. So we got 3 drivers already locked in the playoffs already.
It's gonna be a wild thing. I mean, for me, I'm out here trying to vie for Rookie of the Year. They stay out of you playoff drivers. Wait. We got a couple good races coming up. Let's see, after Chicago, we're going where?
We're going to the Glen actually in the trucks next Thursday. So stay tuned for that. We will be doing the live streams starting tomorrow night at 6 o'clock Eastern.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm actually looking for Chicago tomorrow night. It's a very demanding check actually.
It's very fast, and you know the lines differ. Like we discovered in practice, they must have a new dynamic uh, track conditions or something, because they used to be able to run that middle to high groove. And yesterday, that high groove was not there. The middle was barely there. So.
Well, it's going to take some time. Everybody's going to be running a different slider tomorrow night, and for the final practice tonight, I think everybody's going to throw a lot into it. I think everybody's going to be trying something different for the night.
I know I am. I'm gonna play. I've got a setup I like, but I'm gonna play with it a little bit and just see if I can hit on anything faster. I know that a lot of setups are secretive, but some of us are sharing them around and trying stuff.
Well, that is actually our next subject. We got 3 rookies in this class right here. We got Pauline Whitmire.
Yeah.
That's my wife. We got Bill. That's my guest. That's here, and we got.
We have 2 bills, folks. We have 2 bills. Then we got what? Paul.
And we, of course, we got Paul. That is, he's the one of the real rookies right here. That he's trying to learn. He's trying to learn everything.
He's doing pretty good though. Well, I mean, he's getting better each week, and so I know I am. So is Pauline, and so Josh, if you have to throw down a pick for Chicago, who you going with?
Well, if I had to choose, I'm going to say myself. Because, I mean, no. It's because of this 19 Toyota. This 19 Toyota has been wicked fast.
I'm gonna go out on a limb just based off of practice here, and I'm gonna say Bam Bam. I mean, Bam Bam's throwing down some wicked fast times. You're fast, but Bam Bam was pulling, 30 in the 30-second bracket. So
Not so fast, my friend. Not so fast, my friend. If I had to choose anyone besides myself, I would have to choose Lee to win this race tomorrow night.
Oh, he was fast too. Him and Bam Bam were swapping fast times. I mean, I don't know. I'd be hard if I had to put money on it. That'd be hard to decide.
All right, who would your Cinderella? Who would be besides Bam Bam, Bill, or Lee? Who would be your driver?
Chris. Chris would be my pick that could somehow sneak up there. I haven't seen him in practice yet, but Chris always seems to end up middle of the pack, and I feel like maybe it's his time to win.
Well, I quote from what Chris said in our chat. He's not that good at Chicago. He's not.
Oh, I did not see that.
Yes. So he is.
All right. Well, if I have to go with another Cinderella, I'll throw this out there. Queen's gonna go for the win. She gonna become the first rookie to lock herself in the playoffs.
True. But all right. Based off on not all right. All right. Would you choose, if you had to, would you choose the Jaguar to win tomorrow night? Just the way he raced it, the way he's been practicing. You think he would have the chance?
I think you got a damn good chance at it, Josh. I mean, it's going to be a free-for-all. If you don't miss your shifts, yeah, you got a damn good chance of being there at the end. But it is a long race, and I just have a real feeling that green flag pit strategy is going to come into play. We're not wrecking as much as we were with the rook, because the rookies are starting to get the hang of it, and I think we're going to have at least one round of green flag pit stops. What about you?
Well, I see it. We will have some green flag pit stops, but I highly doubt it with the tire wear the way it goes.
Yeah.
And it being, and it's a 50% race.
Yeah.
Tire wear is going to be an issue tomorrow night.
I mean, I'll go ahead and tell you, my right front, and I've had to adjust my driving style a whole lot to get there. And my right front's still wearing not quite as bad as it was, but I'm noticing that My left front is wearing slightly more too here at Chicago. I don't know if it's because of the surface of the track or what.
It's pretty good actually. I hate to say this, Chicago is one of them ones that you're going into an unknown for tomorrow night because you don't know what your car is going to be like. So I mean, it's basically you're going in as an unknown driver. You practice for 3 days. Some of us has got 2 days of practice because of hell not being or sleeping in late till 9 o'clock Eastern. But
Name names.
I wouldn't name names, but anyhow, Chicago is a big circle. It's a big unknown. You don't know what your car is going to do because we've not ran the 50% race in practice. We've only ran 25, 13, and it's that uncertain we go into every weekend, every Thursday we go to the unknown. All right, how's the tires going to handle? What's my fuel strategy? Where's my best lines I want to be passing since we're on a bigger lap schedule now? And I mean, it's just everybody's thinking different strategy. I mean, it's just mind-boggling because you're sitting here, you're looking at your setup that you written down for the last 3 days. You put it in for that race. You don't know if it's a short-run car or going to be a long-run car. That's the uncertain right there.
I mean, the longest we've gone green in practice, I think, was 15 laps we had without a caution or without a stage ending. And I go ahead and tell you, 15 laps, my car was going away. My tires were down in the 50s and 60 percentile on at least the right front, and the right rear wasn't far behind it. And I was loose, but you know, it makes me wonder if we go with the 20-25 lap green flag run, could get interesting out there. Could get squirrely.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, no doubt in my mind. I mean, it's going to be.
It is going to be one hell of a interesting race, especially if we have long green flag runs. There's no doubt about it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing. I wouldn't mind a long green flag run just to see how it shakes out. It could work. It could work in the favor of somebody in the back of the field. It's like myself or Queen short pit. You know, our tires tend to wear more because of our driving style, and we go green for almost all the race. You know, we're short pitting, and we managed to get a lead out there. You know, backstretch or something. It could throw that race in our lap.
Oh yeah, I mean, we've seen races won. We can go back to Daytona and Kansas.
I wasn't racing at Daytona, so I take your word for it.
Well, you was in the Kansas race.
Yeah, that was my first race, I believe.
So the Daytona race, all right, came down. It was 3 laps to go right here in Daytona. It was a pit strategy. It was just a pit strategy right here, and I got lucky. As soon as I come onto the backstretch of Daytona, the caution. It was into the race right there when that caution flag came out. That's where I picked up the first win for our 19 Toyota.
Hell yeah, good way to start the season.
And I've never been a restricted type person at Daytona. I dread Daytona because Daytona was such a pain in the butt for me because I always get shuffled to the high side.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just not the track that I'm used to. I like Talladega more than anything.
Yeah.
So it was just like, okay, Kansas was a phenomenal race for the 16 Toyota, but it was also, it came down with the last 5 laps to go. Everybody was fighting for position. Then all of a sudden, you see the 16 Toyota just come out of nowhere, and he's gone. Basically, he was literally fighting for position with Lee, Bam Bam, and I mean, it's coming down to the last lap. It's a free for all, every man for itself, right there. So that's how I won off of it because of fuel strategy. Now, last Thursday was not a fuel strategy race. It was more, everybody was spread it out and everything. But that was because of the tire wear being at Kentucky. Tire wear was an issue last Thursday night. So we go into tomorrow night with that big question mark on everybody's head, like, okay, what are we going to do now?
Yeah.
What sliders are we going to be able to choose? That's what all these drivers are going into, like, okay, this is an uncertain race right here for us, especially going into the Glen. The Glen is not uncertain. That's a typical road course. You're going to have your flaws and everything at the road courses. I mean, I'm not sweating no road courses. I'm just sweating the big races like Talladega, where they actually are going to come down to that line right there. It's either you're in the back or you coming up front being like the Intimidator. You're going to push me up to the front, or I'm going to darn move you out of my way to get to the front.
Talladega is where I think I stand a halfway decent chance at a win. If I can stay in the draft. Now, I'm going to tell you, my strategy at Talladega is I don't want to be in the front. I want to be about mid-pack or even in the back till about 5 laps to go. And I'm going to stay in that draft, and then I'm going to start making my way through the field. It's just, my strategy usually is just like that. So I feel like if you're up front and something happens, then the whole field's going to get taken out. But if you're at the back, you can sometimes avoid it. But I don't want to be up front with less than 5 laps to go. I'm
sorry, I'm the opposite. If I'm running in the top 3, I'm not worried about anybody behind me. My goal always to Talladega, stay up in the top 3. If I get shoveled to the back, I get shoveled to the back, because that's more of a challenge anyway, getting your butt back up to the front. I don't care if it's 5 laps to go. If I'm in the position in the top 3, I'm staying back there, and that means I see y'all coming. Guess what? I'm coming with y'all. I'm going with y'all. Yeah. But it's also that last lap. Who you got no friends on the last lap at Talladega. It's going to come down coming off a 4 right there into the Tri-Oval. Right there. Or it's going to finish under caution. Yeah. And this is a truck race right here. Everything's possible. But the trucks don't get to speed as quick as the Cup and the Xfinity cars do. That's what takes the longest. The trucks are the longest ones that take up to get the speed, and it takes them up 2 laps to get the speed, fully up to speed. And you're literally bouncing back and forth because you don't know who's up to speed already. Because you're seeing that bottom line moving and you're seeing the top line moving. It's like, which one do I need to go with? We're not at Talladega yet, so that's going to be a show at the end of. That's the last race of the regular season before we go into playoffs. So that's probably that's race 18. So we're roughly about 12 weeks away from Talladega. We'll let y'all know when we get to Talladega. Trust me, it's going to be interesting.
This little thing we're doing today, this is going to be a weekly thing, correct?
Yes, it is going to be a weekly thing. We will be doing this every Wednesday night at 5:30. We will be going over the points. Hopefully we'll have other guests come in, and if it's not, it will just be me and Bill every Wednesday night at 5:30, 5 o'clock. Most likely it'll be about 5:30. So he will be with me from now on in the Three Amigo Racing broadcasting show that we call it. So let's see, points. Let's look at points now. All right, points are getting good. This is getting interesting right here. This is where I can actually say, wow, with 5 races into it, and tomorrow night being the 6th race of the season, points are looking pretty good so far. Your points leader as of right now going into Chicago is Lee with 219, Jeff with 206. This is getting interesting right here. 198 is Joshua, Bill 189. Chris and Tyler are 1 point behind each other with 183, 182. Here's another battle right here between Queen and Bo with 116 to 115, and Paul is 94 points. Now,
me and Queen are battling it out there in rookie points.
Yeah, all right. You got Chris and Tyler. Excuse me. You got Chris and Tyler fighting for the 5th position right there, 5th and 6th position right there. They're 1 point behind each other. He's 1 point ahead of him, and Tyler's 1 point behind him. Now,
man, that's gonna be tight.
If I was Chris going in tomorrow night, knowing that he's got a 1 point advantage going into tomorrow night, this is what I'd do if I was him. I'd keep that darn 11 car behind me. Make sure he don't get no stage points. If I was Chris, I would make sure Tyler does not get no stage points. That's if I was Chris. Now, if I was Tyler, I'd be going for stage point. I'd be going for the stage wins. 5 points for a stage win. If you win both stages and win the race, that's 50 points right there. That is an automatic 50 points for Tyler to move ahead of him. That is an automatic, them two switch right there.
Yeah.
Now, looking at the top 3, if the playoffs did start right now, Joshua and Lee would actually be tied for first place because they both got 2 wins.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm literally 198, so I'm not far from Jeff. I can easily come ahead of Jeff tomorrow night as long as I finish ahead of him.
Yeah.
I can easily go ahead and take 2nd spot tomorrow night if I stay on my game. If I can. This is a big if right here for everybody. And if we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow night, this is a big if right here. And if Joshua Jaguar can win a stage win, he will be literally 99, 200, 1, 2, 3. Well, mathematically, he has to win both stages just to go in the 2nd. That's mathematically. He will have to win 2 stages tomorrow night just to stay ahead, to go ahead, jump into the 2nd position. But I highly doubt that. I know I'll probably finish 2nd, 3rd in the first 2 stages, then possibly get that win tomorrow night. That's if Jaguar would have, if it comes down to, and it comes down, Jaguar has to not miss no shifts tomorrow night to stay perfect. That's the only way he gets to win. That's the only way he has to get the win.
With that shifter, I know.
Lately, he has been having issues with the shifter. But now, with him already getting 2 wins and everything, he has to focus on getting through his shifts a lot easier, not missing the gear and everything. He can be in contention for tomorrow night. He can be in contention to possibly get his first stage win and possibly get his 3rd win of the season. But that's a big uncertain to everybody. We don't know who's got the faster car because of the fact is the track's going to be changing. That middle group, that bottom, middle, and high group can all come into play. It's all about the draft.
It changes constantly.
Yeah, Chicago changes dramatically.
It is not something. I mean, we ran 25 100% race the other night, and the high groove for the first few laps was there, and then it just fell off and got worse and worse, and the middle groove was falling off a little bit too.
I mean, I'm all content for this. I mean, I'm literally content, and I mean,
I wish we were running it tonight. I mean, I'm excited and I want to do it. So
I'm excited for this. I'm really excited for this final practice because everybody's gonna come out here busting butt and everything. But with that uncertain tomorrow, it still lingers right there in everybody's head. Yep, that big what if right there, that big what if, how long the tires are going to last in each of the stages right there.
Get that long green flag run.
I mean, statistics it shows since Kansas last Thursday, probably going into tomorrow night, we could probably go into 15 laps with a green flag, then probably about lap 18, 19, 20, there'll be probably a caution.
Yeah.
Chicago, you have to come down every time when you get that opportunity. It don't matter. Chicago, you got to come down every time just to get fresh tires.
Well, I don't care if it's only been 2 laps since the last caution, you know. That can make a difference.
Yes, tires can make a big difference. But it's all about playing your cards right. Okay? We get a late caution in the stage 1 with 5 laps to go. All right, after we had a caution flag 2 laps prior to that. We get a caution flag with 5 laps to go in the first stage. Well, you already got fresh tires, but you're looking at your numbers right here. All right, they're both at 97% on my right side. My left sides are at 99. Do I want to take the chance on staying out here to try to get the stage win, or do I want to come in and get fresh tires? Well,
exactly.
For me,
I want those fresh tires personally.
Yeah, that's going to be the question. That's going to be your first question. Do I take fresh tires, or do I stay out to try to get this stage points?
If you got 2 laps to go to the end of the stage, and you know it, and you're going to have that caution for the stage, I'm going to go try to get that stage win and just come in at the stage ending. So, but if it's going to be 3 laps or more, then it becomes a question: are you even going to be able to hold that lead?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I say. If I got 5 laps to go in the stage time, we go back green, you'll have exactly 3 laps to go in that first stage right there, maybe second stage. You're flirting with the first and second stage right there. 3 laps to go in the first stage. You didn't pit. Your idea is to try to pull away from every darn body now, because everybody in the back, you're hoping the top 4 stayed out. You're hoping 4 people stayed out just to cover your butt right there. Let you get them 4 gone before the other guys come up trying to pass you. That's what I would do. If I see 4 guys not pitting, and you're ahead of these other 4 drivers, I'm not pitting, because I know I got somebody behind me that's going to save my butt. That means I can pull off. Right? That means I can go ahead and get that bottom group get gone. I wouldn't even look back at my mirror. All I'm doing is worry about that lap count. You're probably telling yourself, hurry up, come on, let's get through these last 2-3 laps right here.
At that point, I've got my tire percentage up, and I'm watching it carefully.
You're definitely having to watch. You're watching your lap count. You're watching with 2 laps to go. Okay, and you're clicking on that leaderboard. You're like, okay, how far is so and so back right here? Okay.
I'm alternating between that leaderboard and my
your tires.
Yep.
I mean, that's literally what I mean, if I was fighting for that stage win and 3 other people didn't pit and and I stayed out.
You know, at that point, I'm going to be blocking. I'm going to be blocking and try to get that stage win with the old tires, because that's what it's going to take.
Yeah, but you don't want to have to you don't want to sabotage your car for just blocking.
Yeah, you don't want to sling it into the wall. So at some point it becomes, is it worth it, or
It ain't worth blocking right there because you don't want to put yourself with a beat up car.
exactly?
So I mean, damage will play an issue. If you try to save that, if you try to block for that stage win, then it's not worth it. It's not for me. It's not worth me trying to fight for you, knowing someone's going to try to block me, trying not just for me to, because that second place driver is going to be like, look, I'm going to get around you. I don't care what I got to darn do. I'm going to get around you. You're blocking me. If it comes out, I have to darn give you a little nudge to move you out of my way. That's what it's going to take. So, I mean, it comes, there's so much question marks right here with this.
It's going to be interesting tomorrow to see what happens.
Well, let's see, I know we got a good field of Chevys, Fords, and Toyotas in tomorrow night. That is the biggest thing right there, is this field has got different manufacturers. It's like in all three series. We got all different manufacturers.
Yep.
Well, actually, take that back. Trucks is mostly ran by Ford Chevys. Yeah, Ford Chevys. And I'm the only Toyota.
Well, there aren't that many Toyotas in the truck series, so.
Well, yeah, but still, there's still plenty of Toyotas out there to choose from, but nobody wants to drive Toyotas. Cut the Xfinity series has got Queen, myself, you. That's 3 Toyotas in the Xfinity series. The Cup side, 3 Toyotas. That's Paul, Queen, and myself.
Yeah.
We got 2 Ford drivers, you and Chris and Lee. Everybody else drives Chevys. Everybody else is in a Chevy. Bill, Bam Bam, and Jeff. You got 3 drivers that drive Chevys, 3 drivers that drive Fords, and 3 drivers that drive Toyota. So that's 9 drivers right there. You got 3 in each manufacturer.
Yep.
But the manufacturer standing, you got Chevy that has 1, 2 from Lee and Bill. Ford has got 1 because Lee is a Ford driver. Well, he won't be able to drive a Ford next season because the driver that he was racing with is in the 7 car, so that's a Chevy. So next season he'll be in all 3 Chevys next season. Toyota's only got 2 wins by the Jaguar. That was in the 19 in the Cup Series at Daytona and the 16 in Kansas.
Yeah.
So and Ford's only got 1 win, like I said. So when it comes down to manufacturing, there's 2 manufacturers that's going to be fighting for that top spot anyway, and it's going to be the Chevy and the Fords. Chevys and Toyotas actually, because Toyotas are making a big improvement in the sport.
Yeah.
And trust me, Toyotas are getting fast every single week. In the truck series, well, actually, I can't say that because I am the fastest Toyota every time I'm in the truck series. Xfinity, Toyotas are getting faster. We've seen it in Monday's practice. We've seen it in last night's practice. We're gonna see Toyota finally making that breakthrough. If all 3 Toyotas can finish up there in the top 3, top 5, we don't know yet. That's the big uncertain right there. Toyota's got speed. It's just Chevys and Toyotas are beating up on each other right now because they want that top spot right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it is going to be a fun field race tomorrow night, and I am looking forward to this right here. So, I mean, we're 34 minutes into it. Any last words before we sound off for this first broadcast of the season?
All I gotta say is that come Chicago, it's gonna get interesting, and I have a real strong feeling that at least one, if not more, of the rookies are gonna be up there in the top five.
Well, guys, I want to say a big shout out to all of y'all that have came in and viewed. Please hit that subscribe button on that bottom. Hit that little subscribe button. Hit that little bell. Comment, please. I want to see comments. If you got questions, I see them right here in front of me. We will be back here in 25 to 45 minutes. We will be doing a live stream of a practice. So,
Absolutely.
tune in at 6:15 for final practice in the Xfinity Series for Three Amigos Racing. This is Joshua Lee Jaguar with my co-host.
I'll see you next time.
Have a good one. God bless.
What's up?